the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Packers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Rodgers on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal. Now it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes. Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. Shoves him aside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Play action now. Cousins out to his left. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. On play action, Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins rolling to his left. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen there to make the grab. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Over Hernandez Osborne, he's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On 1st and 10, Cousins being chased out left. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Forced out to his left. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's brought down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
To throw, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown from Minnesota. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Rodgers on the return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Cousins on first down. Dancing to his left. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline.
And this is... We're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out, but all...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison.
Rodgers on the return.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now Rodgers.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. That catch good for only a couple.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big connection on that one, 32 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Packers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. It's Osborne. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A first down throw for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's got this down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins steps away to his left. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary. What persistence, and that persistence pays off. Tracks him down for a 19-yard loss. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Packers 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
The kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
And he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he gets this one down to the 24.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 17 more yards. That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Again, it's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Rodgers going to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Throwing is Cousins. Caught right side, Tate. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action. Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. He's to the 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 22 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Rodgers on the return.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
Touchdown, Packers!
Robert Tunyon.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And that's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On first down, Rodgers. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it a second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And it'll be intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Going to run with Madison again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Tried to get it on the edge there, but there was no seal, nowhere to go, had to step out.
Yeah, sometimes the defense just wins those battles because ordinarily the guy setting the edge, offensive tackle, tight end, H-back, someone of that caliber, wasn't there on that play. Defense wins it in a big way, no gain at all for the offense.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
We see passes like that all the time, don't we? He's back there surveying the field, clock ticking in his head, trying to avoid the sack and the hit. Led him just a little bit too much trying to get out to his running back.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there. And that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
To gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
One final try now for Rodgers. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. The defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up.